Good morning everyone. I am Dr. A. Nagalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce with Finance in Dr. S.N.S. Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. I am here to explain a concept, securities interest in the unit risk mitigation in the course International Financial Law. Security interest. Definition: a security interest is a legal claim or right that a lender or creditor has over the borrower's property, which act as collateral to secure a loan or obligation. In the event of default by the borrower, the creditor can enforce the security interest by taking control of the collateral. Types of security interest: one is pledge, another one is mortgage, and the last one is the charges mortgage. It may be fixed or floating. First, we should know what is meant by pledge. Pledge is a form of security interest where the borrower is said to be the pledger, transfers possession of goods or asset to the lender, that is pledgee, as a collateral for a loan. Key factors of a pledge: possession. The borrower gives physical possession of the collateral to the lender. Retention of ownership. The borrower retains ownership of the pledged asset, but the lender has a right to sell or to take control of it if the borrower defaults. Collateral type. Pledge is a commonly used for tangible assets like stock, bonds, jewelry, or other valuables. Legal basis. That is, as per Indian law, under the Indian Contract Act 1872, sections 172 to 176, the pledge is governed, providing the right of both the pledger and the pledgee in case of default. Risk and mitigation. If the borrower defaults, the pledgee may not be able to sell the asset quickly or may incur loss for depreciation. Mitigation. Regular monitoring and proper valuation of pledged asset pledged asset can help mitigate risk. The next one is the mortgage. Mortgage in sense is a type of security interest in which borrower, that is mortgager, grants a lender, mortgagee, a legal interest in the property, usually real estate, as collateral for a loan. If the borrower defaults, the lender can take possession or force the sale of a property. Key features of a mortgage. Real property. Mortgage typically involve real property, that is land or building. Right to foreclose. The lender has a right to take ownership of the property through foreclosure if the borrower fails to repay the loan. Equity of redemption. The borrower retains the right to redeem the property by paying off loan even after the mortgage has been executed. Legal basis. As per Indian law, governed by the Transfer of Property Act 1882, section 58 to 11111, which defines the rights and duties of the mortgager and mortgagee. Risk mitigation. Risk is property value may decline and the lender may face difficulties in realizing the full value of the mortgage in case of default. Mitigation is regular monitoring of the property values, comprehensive property insurance, and proper valuation can reduce the risk. Floating and fixed charges. That is, fixed charges is a type of security interest where the borrower, that is company, grants the lender a specific interest in a particular asset or class of asset, that is real estate or machinery. The borrower cannot sell or deal with the asset without lender's consent. Specific that is key features of fixed charges is specific asset control, floating charges. Next is a floating charges is a security interest over a class of asset, that is inventory or receivables, that can change over time. The borrower is free to deal with the assets, example, sell or transfer them in ordinary course of business, but the charge floats over them. Key features is general assets, flexibility, and risk mitigation. Fixed, that is a difference between fixed and floating charges. It's that is the basis of control. A fixed charge gives the lender control over the specified asset. A floating charge allows the borrower to continue using and dealing with the assets in an ordinary course of business. Crystallization. A fixed charges is enforceable from the moment it is created. A floating charge crystallizes, that is become fixed when a default occurs or upon certain other triggering events such as winding up of the company. Priority. A fixed charge typically has a high priority in the event of liquidation and bankruptcy compared to a floating charge. A floating charges are lower in priority unless they crystallize before the liquidation. Asset. A fixed charge is attached to a specific asset. A floating charge is attached to a pool of asset that can fluctuate over time. Thank you for the patience listening.